What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/World News. Canada is allowing people with depression to do psychedelic mushrooms. How long do I have to live in Winnipeg before I qualify as legally depressed? That's it. Back to Winnipeg. Joke in The Simpsons appointed one. Is Winnipeg famous for not being pleasant? 3.8 seconds. And up above us all, leaning into sky, a golden business boy will watch the North End eye and sing "I love this town," then let his arcing wrecking ball proclaim "I hate Winnipeg." North Ender here. Come confirm. Edit. Hey, my first ever awards. Thanks, kind internet strangers. Plot twist: I'm still alive. Way she goes. Edit. The shrooms obviously worked cool. Increases neuroplasticity. Lessens ego attachment to problems. Allows replay of trauma at a distance. Broadens metaphysical perspectives and highlights interconnections. Also makes you feel funny. It's illegal because dark skin color people bad! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Oh, I'm sorry. IDNT, no, we needed permission. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Bernie Sanders says US can cancel all student debt if it can give the top 1% $1 trillion in tax breaks. But trickle-down economics. Trickle-down economics is like all the evidence for fraud. It's coming tomorrow, and it will blow your mind. Quote. Well, that's nice. On the list of things my wife and I would do in 2021 if I didn't have almost 6 figures in student loan debt. Buy a house, buy a second car, start planning out a small business, adopt a child. Just imagine if an entire generation could do all these things in a year or two. The boost to the economy would be huge. Some of that money would still flow upward to the top 1%. It would just benefit the majority of my generation as well. Edit. Just to add, I graduated in '08, the height of the recession, so I had to pay only on the interest for several years. I have a mortgage on a house and make decent money. I also have medical debt, which if I lived in a country with more progressive policies wouldn't exist either. I'm not asking for a handout. Just that instead of giving breaks to the ultra-rich, maybe just give a break to the vast majority of Americans, and that would be a huge boost for the economy. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. What we in the legal world call a felony. Lawyers condemn Lindsey Graham. Call for DOJ and Senate investigations. This is a crime and must be investigated once we have a functioning DOJ. He needs to have his phone and email records subpoenaed. We only know about his attempt at fraud in Georgia because the SOS spoke out. Who knows where else this may have happened? Possibly in his home state, to tip his own election. And I'm willing to bet he didn't even consider the GOP SOS would rat him out. He thought two GOPers would defend each other. That brings the question, who did he pressure that didn't talk? Honestly, from what I've seen over the last 4 years, I wouldn't expect any GOP to rat another GOP member out. They're always in lockstep. I've been pretty impressed with George's SOS. He's probably not freaking little boys or traveling to Russia. Graham has some dirt for him to go from vilifying Trump to literally sucking his taint. Ding. The GOP turned into Trump loyalists the day after a bunch went to Russia and met behind closed doors with Russian leadership. In 2016, both the DNC and GOP servers were compromised. And no one has ever seen what was taken from the GOP incident. Russia has something on one of our political parties, and it's something bad enough to push them into dancing with treason to try and keep it from coming out. But Graham isn't a Democrat or a liberal. How could they prosecute him for committing a crime? Is there even a mechanism for that? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/News. Rapper Lil Wayne charged with federal gun offense in Florida. Looks like a 93-year-old grandma. Drugs is a hell of a drug. Not sure if he looks too old or too young, TBH. He's looked the same for a while. Just a strange-looking dude, I mean, he did tell you that he's not the same, he is a Martian. My favorite line from that song is, "Yeah, I'm a bear with black and white hair. So I'm polar," when he clearly was thinking of Panda Bear. Edit. Guys, I understand it's an attempt at a play on words since black and white are polar opposite. That's not smart or clever when polar bears are literally not black and white. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 different languages. Growing up, my best friend's cousin was in the Hot Boys. I've known Wayne since he was about 14 years old. He's always been crazy. Absolutely blown away that he got as popular as he did. Baby always referred to him as going to be bigger than Michael Jackson. I wonder what their track record looks like against each other. They both were making hit songs at a very young age. He forced Wayne to frick some woman while they were 12 and he was an adult. Weird. Catch him with a gun. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Real G's move in silence like arraignment. Wheezy F, and the F is for felony. If he was never even charged with impersonating a guitar player, he'll probably beat these charges too. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/uplifting news. New HIV diagnoses in gay and bisexual men at their lowest in 20 years. Frick smarter and harder. What is PrEP like? PPE for your parts. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Fight Club in New York City with over 200 people broken up by authorities. Only if it's their first night. Were there any rules at these fighting clubs? Third rule, have fun and be yourself. Less than 3. Third rule of Fight Club, non-profit headless organization. No social distancing at a fight club. What's the world coming to? We use 10 feet long jousting lances. Also in Montreal, WTF, montreal.ctbnews.ca. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.